Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Allison Fergit. Today was the ALS walk in Chippewa Falls. People were lacing up their shoes for that good cause. It was the third annual of the walk. The walk raises money to support those in the community living with the disease and fund research to find a cure. One volunteer who lost her husband to ALS says the walk is a chance to connect with others.
Just listening to individual stories and how grateful people are for the ALS Association and how much it has helped them.
More than 300 people participated in today's walk. The Chippewa Valley is hoping to raise $72,000 for the cause. If you would like to donate, we will have a link available on our digital platforms. Today was also the 5th annual beer walk in Viroqua. Attendees could visit the 19 participating businesses in Viroqua's downtown. At each stop, they could sample a different Wisconsin beer. Viroqua's Chamber of Commerce hosts the beer walk. The organization's executive director says it's an opportunity for people to see what Viroqua has to offer.
It is an opportunity for many of our community members, family and friends to come out and experience each other in the community and get into our member businesses in the Viroqua Chamber.
They added a theme. This year's theme was Blast from the Past, and participants dressed as their favorite decade. Today also marking West Salem's 55th annual June Dairy Days. The festival is a chance to acknowledge Wisconsin's dairy farmers and celebrate the state's dairy industry. The event's vice president says it's a great way to see many people turn out and support the dairy farms.
I just love seeing all the people, and it's just great to be able to get the community together and see all the volunteers that help us, because that's what makes our community great.
Festivities included a fun run and a parade. June Dairy Days continues tomorrow with a car show and a cornhole tournament. West Salem is celebrating all things dairy. We just told you. Sorry, we're having a little issue with our prompter right now. Now we're talking about the Boys and Girls Club in La Crosse. They are expanding their youth baseball and softball program. The move comes after the Shelby Youth Baseball and Softball program closed earlier this year. The BGC is now serving more than 500 area kids through their baseball and softball programming.
For me personally, it's really cool, as I grew up playing here for the Boys and Girls Club as one of the North Side teams, and we always had the North and South Side rivalry growing up. So it's been really cool to bring the whole city together and kind of expand that way and bring everybody together.
The expanded program officially kicks off this weekend with the Dr. Robert McMahon Memorial Baseball Tournament in La Crosse. The tournament is hosting 60 teams from across the Midwest.
Yeah, once again, we had smoke and haze out there too. Not quite as bad as maybe some areas saw on Friday, unless you're further west. We're going to continue to see it as our winds continue from the north. So that smoke and haze is going to be back there for Sunday, and we might even see more kind of recycling, because the whole Midwest and Southern Plains even is being impacted by the smoke. But overall tonight, a little bit cooler. The air mass is drier, but for the air quality alerts, the one in Minnesota continues to 6 a.m. Monday. The little circles there for the air quality expected worst case condition tomorrow. So we could see a little bit of drop in that as we go throughout tomorrow. But overall, most of the smoke should stay aloft. And really the big picture shows is the flow is really from the north. Although you can't see the smoke right there, everything is flowing up from Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and then coming down further south. That is why we're getting it. The system that you see out to the Montana side, that is the one that's going to bring us a change in the weather conditions, but that's not until Tuesday, really. So overnight, we'll see a little bit cooler conditions. Actually, some areas could get quite to 40 in Medford. If you go further northeast, some of those areas in northeast Wisconsin actually could see it in the 30s. So chilly start, but overall, a lot of haze out there, smoky skies. We're going to get up to 73, and it's a very similar story for Eau Claire. We'll get back up to 73 too. So later on, we'll break down when we might see the 90 and when those showers and thunderstorms will be coming in. Plus, there's something in the sky you might be able to see too tomorrow night, depending on things fork out. So I'll explain that a bit later.
Leaving us there with a little bit of a cliffhanger, something to look forward to. All right, sounds good, Greg. Thank you. This week, Elon Musk said goodbye to his role as a special advisor to the Department of Government Efficiency. This comes as the president shares a pair of major announcements involving the steel industry. CBS News' Christian Benavides has more.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elon.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you. Elon Musk may be leaving the White House, but the bromance between the president and the billionaire will remain. Trump left the door open for his senior advisor to continue to play a role in politics at an Oval Office send-off on Friday.
Many of the Doge people, Elon, are staying behind too, so they're not leaving. And Elon's really not leaving. He's going to be back and forth, I think. I have a feeling.
Musk initially predicted Doge could cut $2 trillion from the federal budget, yet the agency fell far short.
In terms of an FY25 to FY26 delta, are over 160 billion, and that's climbing. We expect that number will probably go over 200 billion soon.
Musk's exit comes after he criticized Trump's policies. In an interview airing this weekend on CBS's Sunday Morning, he says he was disappointed in the president's spending bill that economists say could increase the deficit.
You know, it's not like I agree with everything the administration does. So it's like I agree with much of what the administration does, but we have differences of opinion.
Also on Friday, the president announced a deal allowing Japan's Nippon Steel to buy U.S. steel, a move, he says, that could save tens of thousands of jobs nationwide.
We're here today to celebrate a blockbuster agreement that will ensure this storied American company stays an American company.
The president also announced plans to double tariffs on imported steel, in a move he says that is intended to secure the U.S. steel industry. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
PBS sued President Trump Friday over his executive order targeting the public broadcasting system. PBS alleges that the May 1st order violated the First Amendment of the Constitution and the Administrative Procedure Act. The network's radio and podcasting counterpart, NPR, filed a similar First Amendment lawsuit earlier in the week. President Trump has repeatedly criticized public media for political bias, which PBS disputed in its lawsuit. And the ACLU has also requested a federal appeals court to block the Trump administration from using the Alien Enemies Act to deport migrants. Earlier this month, the Supreme Court blocked the Trump administration from moving forward with deportations under the 1798 law. The High Court sent the case back to the Federal Appeals Court for further review. The Aliens Enemies Act gives a president broad power to deport undocumented immigrants in times of war or when an enemy attempts an invasion. In the filing, the ACLU argued the law is for war between nations, and the government already has tools to address migration. Coming up, cancer survival rates are going up in the U.S. What could be behind the increase and where we could still improve when we return.
During Home's Memorial Day sale, get your choice of an extra 10% off sale prices, like this Blake sofa, now just $8.99. Or pay no interest for 3 years during the Memorial Day sale, going on now at Home Furniture.
Here's to the Farm and Fleet dads, the ones who take pride in a job well done, the ones who make the most of every moment and still take the time to pass it on. At Blaine's, we're here to make this Father's Day special with gifts for one-of-a-kind dads at prices that'll make them proud. Like 25% off select Carhartt Force or Ariat apparel, $50 off this DeWalt pressure washer, and these Yellow Jacket extension cords, $19.99. Find the value you need to make this Father's Day special. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
Dahl Honda is proud to sponsor News 8 Now's Top Notch Teacher Program. It's always a highlight of our month to recognize the top-notch teacher and thank them for all they do for our students in school. Dahl Honda values the great work all teachers do for our children and community. If you know a teacher who deserves top-notch teacher recognition, please nominate them. Thank you, teachers, for going above and beyond and providing a top-notch education.
Don't miss Home Seasonal Concepts Memorial Day patio sale. Get 10% off sale prices like this Thomas Cole dining set for $11.99 and top patio brands Homecrest and Tropitone. Or choose no interest for 3 years. The Memorial Day patio sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Most Americans have no idea that alcohol is linked to an increased risk of cancer. A study by the University of Texas found nearly 60% of adults were unaware or uncertain of the link between the two. An estimated 75,000 cancer cases every year are associated with alcohol, and the study's authors say more needs to be done to raise public awareness. This Sunday is National Cancer Survivors Day, and a new report shows a record number of people are surviving cancer in the U.S. A study led by the American Cancer Society estimates there are 18.6 million people in the U.S. living with a history of cancer. That's as of January 1st, 2025. And by the year 2035, the number of survivors is expected to exceed 22 million. Since 1991, cancer death rates have gone down by about 34%. The rise in the number of survivors is due to both improved cancer screenings and advances in treatments.
As an oncologist, when I first started, there might have been 1 or 2 treatments for things like lung cancer or melanoma. Now we're seeing nearly dozens of treatments that are not only more precise and tailored, but also having less side effects and more tolerable.
But the report also highlights disparities. For example, uninsured people diagnosed with stage 1 colorectal cancer have lower 5-year survival rates than those who are privately insured with stage 2 disease. Which foods are to blame for our high consumption of salt? A survey by the American Heart Association found pizza, soup, and chicken are the main sources of sodium for most Americans. The survey also found sodium use varies by race and ethnicity, with Asian Americans most likely to add salt during cooking and Black adults most likely to try and reduce their salt intake. Still to come, you might want to think twice about booking that solo trip. A new study report finds that airlines are charging higher fares for flyers traveling alone.
Along with smoke, haze, and maybe a 90 on Monday, we have a storm system coming through that could provide some severe weather opportunity come Tuesday. So we'll break that down, show you when to expect, and what the temperatures look like going all the way throughout next week. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
We're a team you can trust, and we're local. We see our members out in the public all the time. Want to be able to look them in the eye and know that we did right by them.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Get the freedom to save. Well-qualified buyers can get 0.9% financing for 60 months on this Silverado. That's over $6,600 in average finance savings. Visit HometownChevy.com.
I've been an electrician for over 20 years, and I work in solar because these jobs pay well. I'm a Republican, but now I'm seeing Republicans in Washington trying to eliminate jobs like mine.
Congressman Derek Van Orden just voted to cut clean energy production. It'll kill thousands of jobs in our state, all to give the super rich another tax cut.
Congressman, you turned your back on us. That's not leadership. That's selling us out.
If your home is looking drab, trade it in. Trade it in. The furniture's old and yucky, trade it in. Trade it in. If you're seeking a solution, then King's your resolution. If you're tired of your look, then trade it in. Trade it in.
At King's Trade-In Sale, trade in your old recliner for $50 towards a new one. Trade in your old sofa for $100. Trade in your old mattress for $75. Plus get free delivery and 12 months no interest payments at the King Furniture Trade-In Sale. Trade it in.
We are hiring. Immediate openings, $26 to $38 per hour. You bring your skills, we supply the opportunities. Interior and exterior modeling, wages based on skills and experience. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, 3 weeks PTO, 6 paid holidays, retirement, FSA, no weekends. The Board Store is a family-owned, veteran-owned, faith-based company serving the community for over 35 years with quality products, superior workmanship, and fair prices. Come and join our team.
A big part of my job is building relationships with people, and being the team you can trust means being here for you.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
After 5 months of declines, U.S. consumer confidence is on the rise. The index jumped more than 12 points in May, beating expectations. And a new CBS News poll shows Americans are a little more optimistic about the economy, with 39% now saying the economy is good. However, many people are worried about their personal finances, with 72% saying they feel concerned and another 65% saying they feel stressed a lot or sometimes. A popular snack maker is suing Aldi over its packaging. The lawsuit filed by Mondelez International alleges the grocery store chain is copying its packaging, with Aldi's private label snacks closely resembling their own. Mondelez produces snacks like Oreos, Ritz crackers, and Teddy Grahams. The company is seeking monetary damages and asking Aldi to stop selling the products in question. If you're planning a solo trip this summer, there's something you should know before booking a flight. 3 of the biggest U.S. airlines have been charging higher fares for solo flyers than those traveling in groups. That's according to the consumer travel website Thrifty Traveler. The website said Delta, United, and American Airlines are all currently charging a so-called tax on single travelers on certain routes. However, Delta said the fare structures are not new to the airline or the industry in general. Well, summer is right around the corner, and you might be feeling it tomorrow with some warmer weather potentially moving in. Let's send it over to Greg for a look at our forecast.
Yeah, we might first have our 90-degree day coming up on Monday, but tomorrow night, depending on how the storming occurs, we could have an opportunity for northern lights. A flare erupted on the sun, sending a lot of particles our way. Now, the storm impact is probably likely going to start tomorrow afternoon or evening. Unfortunately, we have to wait till about 10 p.m. at least to get dark, or even later because of the summertime. So it's going to start off strong, but the problem is how long does it last during the night? The moon sets at about 1 a.m. too, but it's only 38% illumination. So something to keep an eye on for tomorrow. Once this impacts, you have a better idea how long the storming could last. But with that level, we should be able to view it at least on the horizon too. So we've seen that opportunity, something to keep in mind for tomorrow. Now, we still got the smoke and haze to come through for tomorrow. That'll continue probably through Monday, maybe a little bit less as we go throughout Monday. 80s potentially sun tomorrow if the smoke is not as thick. 90 possible on Monday, but it's very brief. A system comes through, so we have storms, including of severe threat potentially on Tuesday, followed by a little bit much cooler conditions for the rest of the next week. Now, all this smoke, most of this tomorrow is still going to be aloft, and it will thicken up. So that's why getting up to the mid-80s may be a challenge tomorrow, but it's going to start continuing to persist. And then you'll notice a change from the west because the winds aloft begin to change to the west late in Monday. That'll eventually clear it out, but probably not until really Monday evening that we'll see less haze. Now, for surface-based smoke, that means where you can see visibility issues or air quality issues. Most of that is well to the west. I don't see too much of an issue with that tomorrow. Maybe some getting pulled up towards late in the day north of Eau Claire, but some actually may get pulled up from the south as we go through Monday morning and Monday afternoon. So we have to keep an eye on that for Monday. This has all been recycled all the way further south, Southern Plains. Everything's just getting rotated around. So smoke-wise, we'll keep an eye. Otherwise, there's your highs. If we can get enough sun, get up to 81, 82, but we've been running about a degree or two cooler than what we expect given the smoke. This upper 80s, 90s possible for a lot of areas. Monday, breezy. Once again, we'll deal with the smoke or haze a little bit too. Then things begin to change. I think a first round of storms may be coming in late Monday night, but that's going to be dissipating here. You see a line come through there, and here's another line developing Monday, 7 a.m. Now, this actually helps our severe thunderstorm chance come Tuesday if that stays that way, but we're going to have to keep an eye because one round comes through, and then in the afternoon we may have additional development, and this second round in the afternoon is what could be severe depending on timing of it too and what impacts that has. Precipitation will finally get out of here, but it probably won't be till late Tuesday night, so that severe thing we'll have to keep an eye on. Right now, for Monday night, most of it stays off to the west and kind of dies out before it gets here. So Monday morning, Tuesday morning, a few showers or storms. The second day is where the threat is mainly south of 990 and further east. That's what we're looking at right now. So if you got plans Tuesday afternoon, definitely keep an eye on the weather as we get closer and see if this changes for right now. Otherwise, as we go forward, we're going to see quite a bit of rain too coming up. That's the one thing we will be getting another good round of maybe an inch, inch and a half. Otherwise, there's your 70s as we get past Tuesday, and upper 70s is what we should be near average for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then maybe more showers and storms coming in Saturday and Sunday. So it's a warm-up and a brief shot at 90, but it's not going to last very much long.
Not last at all.
No,
all right.
Just one day. So keep it tuned for the Northern Lights potential for tomorrow night. We'll see how that pans out.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you, Greg. And coming up in sports, playoff baseball in Minnesota. Plus, the Brewers offense goes crazy in Philadelphia. Kate has the highlights next.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm with current conditions and updated video forecasts from the local team that warns you first. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app, giving you more than what you'd expect. Get it now. No, seriously, like, right now.
During Home's Memorial Day sale, get your choice of an extra 10% off sale prices, like this Blake sofa, now just $8.99. Or pay no interest for 3 years during the Memorial Day sale, going on now at Home Furniture.
Experience the thrill of gaming at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin. Whether you're a slots enthusiast or prefer the excitement of table games, we've got you covered. Enjoy delicious dining options, live entertainment, and exclusive promotions that add even more memories and adventure to your visit at any one of our 6 locations. And coming soon to Beloit. More of our amazing gaming options, amenities, and outstanding service you can count on. Find your fun today at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin.
It's employee pricing with the Ford crew.
Employee pricing across a full lineup.
Fun fact, Hank, Ford assembles the most vehicles in the country.
Another fun fact, everyone pays what we pay.
So, you get employee pricing. You get employee pricing. You get employee pricing.
Sam.
Yeah?
Everyone gets employee pricing.
You get employee pricing.
Now get employee pricing plus 3.9% financing for 72 months plus 2,000 mega bonus cash on Bronco Badlands. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar. For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
Don't miss Home Seasonal Concepts Memorial Day patio sale. Get 10% off sale prices like this Thomas Cole dining set for $11.99 and top patio brands Homecrest and Tropitone. Or choose no interest for 3 years. The Memorial Day patio sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
The Caledonia Warriors are still alive in the MSHSL baseball playoffs. They took down the #1 seed earlier this week. Now they were playing for a spot in the section finals today over in Rochester. Let's go to Mayo Field. Warriors up against the Pine Island Panthers. Rough start for Caledonia. First inning. Man on third, and the Panthers are going to strike. Luke Sems lines one down the line in right field for a base knock. Panthers take a 1-0 lead. Then after a couple of errors, Pine Island would lead by 3 after the first. But here come the Warriors. Second inning with a man on. Tanner Ginther goes right back up the middle for a base hit. So 2 men on for Tyson Ginther, and he gets all of this baseball over the head of the center fielder. That scores Ben Stemper. Warriors would score one more to make it 2-3. But that's as close as they would get. Pine Island would open things up late. They take the win 8-2. But we've got some good news as the Warriors would bounce back in an elimination game 5-2 over Cannon Falls. So that puts Caledonia back in the section final, where they'll need to win 2 straight games over Pine Island on Tuesday, June 3rd. Brewers, they've been red hot, going for their 6th win in a row, taking on the Phillies, and a good start in this one. 2 men on for Christian Yelich, and he drops one out into center field. Jackson Churio rounds third. He's in to score. Milwaukee strikes first, and they were just getting started. Next batter, and it's the former Philly, Rhys Hoskins, getting all of that pitch over the fence for a 3-run shot. Brewers go up 4. 4th inning, now 5-0, and with the bases loaded, Churio sends it back into center field. That's going to score 2 more, make it 7-0 Brew Crew. Still in the 4th, Hoskins at the plate again, and for the 2nd time this game, Hoskins is going to touch them all. Another 3-run shot. Brewers up 11. And how about more? Churio at the plate, and Churio, he's going to take a trip around the bases. Another 3-run shot. Brewers with 23 hits on the day. They get the win 17-7. And just moments ago, the Minnesota Twins fall short out on the West Coast. It took 11 innings, but the Mariners walked it off late to secure the win. Loggers also on the road taking tonight in Bismarck, taking on the Larks. They get an 8-5 victory. That brings their record to 4-2 on the season. They'll be in Duluth tomorrow and Monday before returning home on Tuesday. Over in Green Bay, the Packers continue their organized team activities. It may not be the NFL season, but it's still exciting to see the green and gold on the football field, especially the wide receiver group. A lot of young talent on that side of the ball, and now that they've had a few years under their belt, the growth is noticeable even in the early summer months.
I've been really impressed with our veterans taking these guys under their wings and kind of showing them the way and really helping them, coaching them. That's one of the emphasis of this offseason, I would say, is just trying to make sure that we're developing leaders, especially when you have a younger team. You want to make sure that you have leaders, and those guys have taken it to heart.
And if you're in the mood for some football and don't have any Sunday plans, the La Crescent girls flag football squad hosting a couple of playoff games tomorrow at La Crescent High School at 4 o'clock. The Lancers will take on Appleton, and then that's followed up by Pine Island against Eastview. Then the winner from those two games will face off at 6 p.m. for a spot in the next round. The Lancers currently 8-0 on the season. Now, Allison, I don't know if they had flag football when you were around, but what position would you play?
Oh gosh,
Put you on the spot there.
Maybe like if they do, I guess I don't know if they do like traditional positions with the bean flag football, but I would say wide receiver maybe.
I could see you catching
maybe like a tight end. I feel like I don't think I could do really defense. I don't think I'd be good at tackling.
You're selling yourself short. I think you could do it.
Cade, let's be real for a second.
Okay, my bad.
It's all good. All right, well, stick with us. We have a story about a 103-year-old who is still making time for her rec bowling league, something that I think I'm going to have to do when I'm 103 someday.
There you go.
All right, we'll have that story when we come back.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
At Taco John's, we serve a higher standard of flavor with grilled chicken, creamy fiesta sauce, and always hot potato olays. That's what we call West Mex. Try our freshest lineup yet with the new Fiesta menu, only at Taco John's.
It's weird to admit, but it's true. I'm selling Chevys. 2024 Malibus to be exact, starting at $17,890, $299 down, and $299 per month. It's Malibu madness. And they feature great options including heated seats, remote start, Apple CarPlay, and up to 36 miles per gallon. All have low miles with remaining factory warranty. But the bad part is these are getting harder to get. So if you're in the market for an affordable ride, come see us today at Chrysler Winona, Highway 61, Winona.
Don't settle with the insurance company until you've talked with Schwabel, Getz, and Sieben.
I felt so special. I felt that I was going to be their #1 client.
I just got a great peace of mind knowing that I wasn't a case number, that we were doing this together.
We really did feel like we had a team behind us.
I was really impressed with how they treated us. They were backing us up 100%.
They always have your best interest in mind.
Go to Schwabel.com and fill out a free online case evaluation. There is no fee unless we win.
Here's to the Farm and Fleet dads, the ones who take pride in a job well done, the ones who make the most of every moment and still take the time to pass it on. At Blaine's, we're here to make this Father's Day special with gifts for one-of-a-kind dads at prices that'll make them proud, like a free $5 gift card with a $25 Duke Cannon purchase, $50 off select Milwaukee outdoor power tools, and this smokeless tabletop fire pit half price. Find the value you need to make this Father's Day special. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
Get 10% off sale prices or no interest for 3 years during the Memorial Day sale at Home Furniture.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
At 103 years old, this California centenarian schedule is packed to the brim. In addition to bowling every week, she plays ukulele, golfs, paints, and can still do aerobics. And now she's sharing her secrets to living a long, fulfilling life.
At 103 years old, Frances Wong is by far the most senior member of the San Gabriel Valley Nikkei Senior Bowling League.
I'm the oldest one any place. Every place I'm the oldest.
But Wong holds her own, next to teammates like Rick Mark, who is 33 years younger.
It's just wonderful that she is still out here. Everybody says, I want to do that when I get that age.
Wong was born in downtown LA in 1922. She drove herself and lived on her own in Koreatown until 2022. Now Wong lives with her son Harry in Whittier and is keeping him very busy.
Always on the go. She's just free. I think that's the reason why she lives so long. Nothing bothers her.
Wong's tireless schedule would make anyone want to take a nap. Besides bowling every Friday at Bolero in Montebello, Wong plays ukulele on Saturdays and golfs 18 holes on Tuesdays. Watercoloring and aerobics are also on the agenda.
Yeah, I'm busy every day. I try to get up every day and do something worthwhile. I don't like to sit around. I like to keep moving.
And she moves with ease, keeping up with her great-grandchildren.
I don't feel like I'm 103. I just got good health. I just keep on plugging along.
Wong is not only the oldest bowler here, she's arguably the most cheerful, always laughing and having a good time. And that, she says, is better than getting a strike any day. Wong says her secret is not what she eats or drinks, but how she lives her life.
No stress and just go on, live and be happy.
Well, that's some great advice. Well, Greg will have a final check on your forecast when we return.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Furnish your home with the Forest at Black River Furniture Outlet, Wisconsin's best priced furniture store. Browse cozy Amish rockers, customizable easy sofas made in Wisconsin, and stunning handmade dining sets in hickory, walnut, aspen, and barnwood. Shop pantries, counter bars, gun cabinets, and more. Style your space this season with our cabin rug collection. Multiple sizes available. Swing by the bed shed for rustic bedroom sets, bunk beds, and Amish-made office furniture. Family and veteran owned. Visit Black River Furniture Outlet this summer.
It's time to visit Jolivet Family Farms. 8 greenhouses full of a wide variety of flowers, vegetables, herbs, bulk seeds, and starters, all grown for this climate. Find unique lawn and garden accents, home decor, and accessories. Take home a treat from our scratch-made bakery with cookies, bars, breads, and pies. All this and so much more. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Hey, Dominic here with a quick marinade using our Steak and Game Pleasing. Mix 1/3 cup of oil with 1 tablespoon of Steak and Game Pleasing. Brush on your beef or venison and let it sit for 10 minutes. Cook until done. For a delicious dip, mix 8 ounces of cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of diced green onions, and a tablespoon of Steak and Game Pleasing. Get Steak and Game Pleasing and over 40 other blends at the Pleasing Outlet Store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. It's a game changer.
Can your floor stand up to this? At Sealands Carpetland, we know how hard your family can be in your home. You need a flooring that can stand up to mud, pets, and a crew like this. Don't sacrifice beauty for function. We'll help you find the perfect flooring to fit your lifestyle and budget. Come in and see our huge selection of luxury vinyl and tile. Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley, we're our #1 priority. today.
We've got air quality alerts for Minnesota for tomorrow. Those orange little dots, that means unhealthy for sensitive individuals for tomorrow. So the smoke and haze will continue. If we get to the 80s, we'll see. We've been a degree or two colder every day just because of that smoke, but I think we will get back in the 80s. Then if you want 90s, we have that coming back up for Monday, but that's quickly replaced by showers and storms Tuesday and 70s for the rest of the week. So
get an umbrella if you're going to any outdoor sporting events this week.
Oh,
on
for
Tuesday
sure, with the playoffs
especially.
going on. Oh, yeah.
It'll be a mess.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.